It's finally time. I spent the last year learning all the basics, how to paint, refining my skills, learning some recipes, and I think I'm finally ready for my dream model, the Black Templar Redemptor Dreadnought. So yeah, when I first got into the hobby, I saw the Dreadnoughts and I was like, these things are incredible, wow. And then I saw some Black Templar variants and I was just like instantly fell in love and I was like, this is my dream model. I need one of these. But I didn't feel like confident with it yet. I feel like I needed to learn some better skills, some recipes, so I could really do it justice, and I feel like we're there now. So today, like, I'll try and keep this brief because I can't begin to imagine how long this video is going to be because this thing's massive and I've got loads of ideas. So we're just going to jump straight into it. We're going to build this up and then paint a Black Templar Redemptor Dreadnought. Oh, and here we are. I can't believe it's finally time. I've had a bit of a flick through this book already and it is chonky. There is so much going on. Like, look at all of that. Oh my god, it's intimidating, but I think I've worked out, it kind of breaks it down into 3 sections. You've got like the sarcophagus, torso, the legs and the arms. So I think that's what we're going to do in terms of like sub-assembly and building. We'll quickly build up, yeah, like the torso, arms, legs, and then we'll tackle them one at a time. So I guess I need to go grab the sprue somewhere in this box because it is absolutely massive, and then I'll probably just start building up this torso. And here he is, all built up and primed and just ready to go. So just on the priming front, before we get stuck into the paints, I did a Mediocre Hobbies recipe. I followed one of his videos of priming it with black, first of all over, and then also a priming layer of silver over the top of that. That's why it's all shiny and silver. For 2 reasons. 1, all the silver parts are done now, nice and easy, and there's a lot of them. And then 2, when we put this Black Templar contrast paint over the top of the silver undercoat, it makes this really nice heavy industrial look, and it's great for vehicles. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to take some Black Templar contrast, apply some like thick heavy layers across the panels, nice and smooth and controlled. And then once that's all set and dried, we're going to dry brush some Russ Grey on the edges for highlights. Right, and that's all of the Black Templar contrast, the armour panels, and the Russ Grey dry brushing, and yeah, it's already looking incredible. Love this huge black intimidating dreadnought, absolutely love it, looking great. So next up, what we'd normally do is slap Nuln Oil over all of the armour just to dull down some of the highlights a bit, because you can see just there, with the whole dry brushing of the Russ Grey, it gets a little bit chalky sometimes. It's not too bad on this side, but yeah, some sections are like a little bit chalky, a little bit dry, kind of. So what we normally do is put some Nuln Oil to sort of bring that all in and kind of like darken it down and give it that big, heavy industrial look and rein in some of the chalkiness. Plus also the silver needs some Nuln Oil anyway. But there's 1 or 2 little extra metallical bits that need to be done. So there's the Aquila, which needs to be, I'm going to do Liberator Gold just because I want to make this guy regal. And then this sarcophagus in the middle, I kind of want to do maybe like Balthasar. I've seen some people do like a bronze coffin, it looks really cool. So what I might do, also actually, sorry, I almost forgot. Teeny tiny little melter, that'll be Balthasar as well. But yeah, what I might do is just do those final little metallic details and then cover this whole thing in Nuln Oil. I almost wish I had a bucket that I could just dunk it in because yeah, it's the entire model, like silver and armour. So I always feel like I blabbered on about like, oh, industrial oil look and bringing in the chalky highlights with the Nuln Oil, but I was getting halfway through these legs and I thought, you know what, I can actually show it off like the before and after. So this leg over on the left has had the Nuln Oil coat over all of it, and then the one on the right's not had it. And yeah, you can kind of see what I mean. It's a lot like darker and heavier, almost like an oily, wet look to it, whereas this is a little bit drier, a little bit chalkier kind of with the highlights. I guess like round to the side in there, and at the bottom you can see. So just not necessarily which is right and wrong. Oh, I've done it on this, sorry, the crotch as well. It's like half and half. This half is Nuln Oil and this side is not. You can kind of see the chalkiness just there. Yeah, not necessarily which is right or wrong. I just thought interesting way to show what both sides look like, you know, see which you prefer. Because I know there's definitely like some merits to both. Like this is, I do like how the highlights are more prominent and it looks a bit more smooth, whereas this is like a lot heavier, darker, wet and oily. But yeah, just a nice representation of what it does to it. Awesome, so that's all of the armour done, the Black Templar Contrast, Dry Brush and Nuln Oil, and I am so happy with how this looks. It's incredible, yeah. This big, heavy, industrial, like, death machine just marching on. I love how it looks. I also, what I like to do with my special models, like my characters, vehicles, lieutenants, and I guess this thing, because it is the most special model I've ever painted, is just do a couple of extra edge highlights on top of the dry brushing. I like to do like some Fenrisian Grey and some Blue Horror on the really like raised prominent sections. So you'll just see here, yeah, like this stuff, because it's the top of the model that would catch the most light. So we've got a little bit of like Fenrisian Grey, some Blue Horror, just on the raised sections. Like I won't bother with stuff like down here and underneath that's like tucked away. Just add a little bit of pizzazz and extraness to it. But that's pretty much everything for the base armour, really. A lot of the work's done, actually. Like, looking at what's left to do, there's still some big chunky stuff, but I feel like that was the bulk of the work. I guess we can, I was going to say move on to some details, but actually I might finish up these metallic details first. So just highlight this Aquila with some Liberator, is it? Is that the brighter one? Yeah. Liberator Gold for the Aquila. Then maybe some Runelord Brass for the Coffin. And that should be all of the metallic highlights for this chest section. Right, and that's all of the metallic details done on the torso section, or the upper half, I guess. And yeah, wow, this is turning out better than I expected already. Like, I'm almost half tempted just to leave it there, because I'm like, yeah, I think this is great. I'm really happy with the edge highlights, the way all the metallics look, like that sarcophagus and the Aquila. Yeah, just some nice like depth and highlights and shading. Yeah, only a couple really minor issues. Like there's some of the base coat paint is a bit spodgy. You can see there down this bit there, down in the middle. And either side a bit thick, and I think I laid it on a bit too heavy and let it like pull. But it's only a minor thing, like if we zoomed out. Yeah, like if it was across the table, like actually, we could just, there we go, look at that. If it was like across the table, it still just looks cool at a glance. So yeah, super, super happy with that. Also did some of the muzzles on the back, like some muzzle burn, just some like purples, browns and blues, just to kind of look like it's these exhausts are burnt from heat. Just add some variety, because it's a lot of silver, although the paint's still a little bit wet. I did the same on the melter as well. A bit of a burn effect. So I think that's everything for the metallics on this torso section, and then we can move on to some of the normal plain colours. So what we're going to do now is there's a couple little targeting windows and systems that will fill in red, Need to do these missiles, and then this like grenade launcher down here, and honestly, that might be it, you know? I was going to say, like, I feel like it's over already and it's done quite quick, but this has been a long project. Oh, alright, we're almost there for all of this whole torso, to be fair. It's absolutely flying. So we've done the rockets, some of the targeting systems, and like all the casing and grenades or whatever these are. I'm not sure if I like the white. Don't know what other colour they could be though, to be fair. I feel like if they're red, it's just a little bit too much red. But whatever, I'm sure once it's actually, hold on. Maybe we... That's kind of right, like a nice little like bright thing at the front. Well, what we're going to do now, and like the last stretch, is just add some Nuln Oil to the casing. Maybe some of the targeting systems, and I don't know about these rockets because they're already quite dark, but what I'm going to do with these is highlight them with a little bit of Mephiston Red as well, just like some spot highlights to make them pop, so we'll see how they look after that. But this is going to be Nuln Oiled and highlighted. Actually, also I say I was done with all the metallics. I want to like maybe paint some of these coils like Balthasar or something, and maybe give that black one in there a hazard stripe. So yeah, the final stretch for this little torso, and then we're going to be done. And there it is, the full upper torso section of a Redemptor Dreadnought, and I can't believe how good that looks. Oh my god, I'm so happy with it. I'm so proud of myself for how good it looks. And I can't believe how like easy it was, or like not as difficult as I thought it would be. Like I've been building this up like a whole year, working towards it, and just like, yeah, you know what, it's not anywhere near as bad as I thought it'd be, and I'm flying for it. I'm so happy with how it looks. Like, it's really, really good. We're not done, obviously. There needs to be transfers and like little details like purity seals and whatnot, but what I want to do is paint this section, which is done, and then I'll do like probably the arms and then like the legs, and then glue it all together and then stick on all the extras like the transfers and the extra bits, because I kind of find it hard to do those stuff when it's all in sections. I like to see the whole thing and then like, yeah, put 20 purity seals there, some transfers here. But no, so far so good. I cannot believe how good this looks. I'm so chuffed, so happy, so proud of myself. It's really, really good. So like I mentioned, next up we're going to move on to the arms, I think. That was quite a huge chunky thing that took me about 2 or 3 days. And I think this gun's just, honestly, now that we've done the base coats, all we need is some red, maybe some Balthasar. And similarly, this hand actually hasn't got a lot on it, apart from this big shield. So yeah, we'll move on to these weapons next. So I didn't actually mean for that to happen, but I just got in the zone there and I tore through this whole minigun. I just put on the red base coat, I started doing some edge highlights, and yeah, like I said, I was just in the zone and I couldn't stop, and I thought, well, I've got this motivation and this focus. I should just grab hold of it, and that's what I've done. And as a result, we've finished the entire minigun. so it's looking really good. Like, I like it. Yeah, I love these edge highlights down here are looking nice. I added quite a bit of bronze on there, just some Balthasar Gold and a little bit of Runelord Brass, just so it wasn't a big blob of red and silver and black. Just some variety, you know. I saw some pictures online. I thought it looked really good. But yeah, really happy with how this turns out. And if we take a sneaky look into the future, you can just stick it in, can't you? Yeah, look at that. Oh my god. Oh, it just keeps getting better and better. Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, this is almost the whole thing done in terms of base coats and highlights, because we've done the legs, the gun. All that's left really is this arm, which we're going to do next, and there's only the shield mostly and some highlights. And then I need to do this knee. I'm not sure what pattern I'm going to do 100%. I've seen some like half black with some red and white squares and some transfers. So I'll probably do something like that. And then this is just going to have a big transfer on it anyway. But yeah, we're almost there for the base colours and some highlights. It'll just be all the extra little bits in a base. So, like I mentioned, we'll just do this arm next. What do I need to do? This shield is going to be, I think, red with a white stripe through the middle. Yeah, I've seen some cool looking shields, so this will probably be, I'll leave like the chains and these hooks and stuff silver, I think, and then do like a nice red and white pattern on there. And then the rest of this arm is pretty much done. I might paint this like gun casing Khorne Red just to match like the minigun. I've seen that online as well, that looks quite cool. So that way it's not just like, yeah, that way it's not just like a big blob of black if we just temporarily put this in. Yeah, adds like some variety and some colours to the model. So yeah, let's start cracking on with some of the base colours for these. Yeah, that's looking cool. I'm not sure if I prefer the red or the black, if I'm honest. But it does, like I said, add a lot of colour to the model, because it'll be kind of like armor like this. Oh, actually, helps if we zoom out. Yeah, so it adds a little bit of colour, because there's obviously like a lot of black and silver, like I mentioned. So it kind of, yeah, breaks up some of the darkness and adds a little bit of colour onto it. I don't know, 50-50 on that one. What I do like is, though, this little hazard strip, it's looking cool. I always find it funny doing this stuff because like it's just a case of whack-a-mole, like painting in the yellow, tightening in the lines with some black, refilling in the lines, trying to get it straight. But I don't think it's too bad, to be fair. Like, especially if it's like kind of looking like this, you know, on the tabletop, like quite far away, adds to the whole vibe. So yeah, like I mentioned, the last thing left to do for the arm and kind of almost all of the base colours is just this shield, and I'm going to stick to the normal Crusade Ancient look, the white strip in the middle and red either sides, but I am going to paint these all like harnesses, some kind of gold. And also we've got some purity seals built in, so yeah, let's just finish this bad boy off. Oh, we're almost there now. So we've got a nice little red and a white grid laid out. We've done some of the gold little handles. I don't even know what they're called. The harnesses, I think. And we've also done a little bit of highlighting, like some Nuln Oil and some Liberator, a little bit of silver on the chain. So yeah, I think, honest to God, there's not much left. Yeah, it's literally just going to be these purity seals randomly, I keep forgetting about, and also I guess the transfers on this shield. I might put a layer of Nuln Oil on this shield as well, just so it looks a little bit grimy and dirty and real, not like a plastic toy. But I'll do that after the transfers, because then that way the transfers can get like part of that look, you know, that vibe. Right. I'm almost afraid to say it, but I think that's all of the paint to put on the model. I actually think that's everything. So let's move the light around. So we just did the shield on the arm. What I did was, like I mentioned, we sort of like slapped some Nuln Oil and some like chip damage on it to make it look like this big, grimy, like worn out shield. Because yeah, like it's meant to be like on his arm in battle. Like we kind of just slap it on. I mean, we could almost glue it on because I think we're done. But I'm gonna double check first. But yeah, it's almost like it'd be on his arm, like it'd be in like fighting with it, like maybe using it as a shield. So it should be a bit grimy and dirty. But we've just done that. I also slapped on off camera just some colours on the knee, just like that sort of grid pattern, ready for some transfers just because it needed doing and it was like a 2-minute job. But I think that's all of the paint on the model. I almost like refuse to accept it because like it can't be it. I actually do think that all we have left to do now for the model is slap on all of the transfers, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Jeez, wow, I've got about 8 or so I know off the top of my head that I want to put on, and then any other extras that I'm feeling like at the end. And then I don't know if you can see down here, I've got this little pile of like purity seals, the Black Templar red ribbons, some little like relics and all sorts. And I want to cover this guy in those. Like I want purity seals everywhere. Like, right, yeah, let's get the knife out and start covering this boy in stickers. Right, we're almost there. I'm not far off now, I promise. So we've just put the little rocks on the base. Just use some cork, some Fenrisian Grey and then Celeste dry brushing. It makes this cool like looking, yeah, almost like rocks. I like how they look, they're cool. I don't want to go too mad on the base. Like I've seen some incredible looking like bases for these models, but I kind of wanted to keep it fairly simple and just focus on the mini. But I did really want to put a rock on the base using the same like basic simple method that we normally do, just because I feel like it's going to give the model some scale. So we did this Hellblaster like last week or 2 weeks ago, and he's just standing on some little rocks. And I think it'll be really cool, like when they're next to each other, to be like how big the rocks are compared to like an infantry, and then see how small they are compared to like the dreadnoughts. If I grab the legs, because we're gonna do them in a minute. Yeah, like look how small the rocks are, and then when you see like how big they are compared to like a little infantry, I feel like it'll give good scale and it'd be cool. So next up, we just need to put some stuff on it. So we're just gonna do the same kind of swampy vibe that we always do, like with some mud, some water, and like moss on the rocks and whatnot. I am running out of this sterling mud though. In fact, I think, yeah, it's almost empty. That might be enough for the whole base. I'm not sure. But what I have got actually is, I got some of this AK wet mud. I have tried it out briefly. Like it turned up earlier, and I put it on the base of this dude, and I think it's a little bit too wet is my only issue. So I might use a little bit of this sparingly just to cover patches that the sterling mud can't. But yeah, just going to go with this sort of swampy base of mud, grass, water. Oh, and here he is, hidden behind this very book, our dream model. Oh wow, there are no words. There are no words in the English language or any other language for that matter to express my feelings towards this model. Like, just look at it. Oh, it looks unbelievable. I've never been so happy and proud of a model. This is the one. It is so good. Oh my god, I love it so much. Just look at the sheer size of him. He's so intimidating. There's so much going on. I love all of the extra trinkets, like all the purity seals on like the gun, the chest, the ribbons. Oh, I love the big kit passion. This thing, like the shield, looks really, really good. I love all the stickers. I love all the highlights. I'm really, really happy with the highlights of it. Like on those leg panels just there, and all over the model. To be fair, like yeah, I can't put into words how happy I am and how good it looks and just how much I like it. Oh my god, I've maybe got like 1 or 2 of the most minor criticisms, but overall this has been the one. I feel like everything's been leading up to this, and it's been worth it. You know, it feels like the payoff. It feels so good to have it all done, and also just how good it looks. I mean, just look at that, like, oh, that just intimidating stance, like hand in the air, like melter going, minigun firing. So I guess we need to actually talk about something rather than just fawn over how good it looks. I guess if we start with the two really minor criticisms, the arm is actually one of them. I'm not sure how I feel about it just being in the air like that, because I kind of do prefer it if we take it off, because this is one good thing, is it's not actually glued in, it's just stuck in. I do kind of prefer the idea of it being down like that, just so you can see the shield more. And also I feel like with the hand down, it kind of gives that bottom section a bit more volume, because there's not a lot going on down there. So I'd have to clip off the pegs and glue it in. But that's a really minor thing. Like, I do like it, like I mentioned, kind of, there you go, stuck in like that. I like it in the air, like he's like pointing the flamer up. My original plan was to have something in his hand, like a bit of a model, like a chaos model or something, like he's killed it. But I couldn't find anything that fits. But that's really good. The only other minor criticism is I haven't glued it like straight on the base. You can kind of see like it's offset just a little bit. He's not like here. So I've kind of tilted the body a bit, so this would be the front of the model. So it's like the most minor thing, like, because I think with this model, like with the amount I love it, if I have to find negative things, because it's always good to see what you can improve next time. Like, no model's perfect, so if I had to find some bad things, maybe just centre it a little bit better on the base. And then also there is, I don't know if you'll be able to see on his front panel, just below the skull, just here, there's a blotch of like paint where it went on a bit too heavy. And it annoys me so much because it's right at the front and centre. Maybe I should have put some purity seals over it to cover it up. But no, other than that, it's just like, it's perfect. I'm so happy with this section up here in the middle. Like all of the cool, interesting... There we go, look, we can get nice in. There we go, look at that, we can get in nice and close. Yeah, this sort of upper section here, like all of these like pipes and like the bronze sarcophagus I really like. I use a lot of golds in like all of my stuff, so to use a lot more bronze alongside the gold, I like it. The lights are going okay, there's all red targeting systems, and yeah, I love all the pipes, like the bronze pipes, the hazard stripes. Yeah, I love all the detail like bundled up here. Similarly, if we maybe turn down the lights, I like the highlights on the chest aquila. They pop through really nice, just some nice highlights and shading on that. And then, I don't know, man, I'm just blown away by all of it. Like, I do love how this little package looks. There's lots of detail, it looks really cool. And then, similarly, I guess if we move over to the hazard stripe here, that I'm happy with. This arm's okay. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I love how good the shield looks. It's awesome. It's really cool. It's a little bit... I mean, I put loads of grime and dirt on it, so it looked worn away, but maybe it could be a bit more controlled, maybe a bit more chip damage on the red. I love the transfers and the knuckles. These are really cool. But yeah, just this imagery. I've seen a lot of people as well, actually, paint both shoulders white, because this one's black at the minute, so maybe this could have been white. I don't know, I quite like the idea of the black shoulder pad with the white and red shield. That's looking really, really cool. And then, yeah, this is massive minigun. This is, I'm so happy with it, because, like, it was this or the plasma coil, and I do just genuinely, personally prefer miniguns, but I like how all of the Khorne Red, and again, Balthasar and Runelord Brass has turned out. Even the little purity seals on there look good. Like, I'm just happy with the whole, like, imagery and look of it. Yeah, really, really good. Then I guess another real minor thing we have to nitpick is there's not really a lot going on down here in his, like, legs. It's a bit bare. Like, maybe I did think of putting on some transfers on, like, here, but I kind of put a lot of this, like, Crusader crest, like, here and here, so I didn't want to overload it with too many of the same thing. So I've just done a couple, like, transfers on the knee down here just to give it some pizzazz down on the legs. But no, absolutely love it. So, so good. Oh, yeah. Oh, and I guess the base, actually, because there is actually something going on here. So maybe we take him off. Yeah, I didn't want to go too crazy with the base. I've seen people do big, like, pine and huge, like, massive displays on the base and huge, like, scenery. I kind of wanted to focus on the model itself. So I did want to do a little simple base, but I did see on an Instagram post somewhere, I can't remember which one it was, but it was basically like this. It was like a muddy base with, like, a body of a Templar in there. And I didn't have any spare, like, full-bodied models lying around. I think I'm using them all. But I did have this sort of Terminator upper half and head spare. So I thought, you know what, we'll slap some Black Templar contrast, some Balthasar and a head and whatnot, and we'll splatter it with mud and blood and whatnot and just shove it in there. He's got like an arm as well. There's like an arm. Just some leftover bits I had, I thought I'd put on the base, like, again, to make it feel more like a battlefield. Like, he's in the midst of a fight, he's got a fallen brother at his feet. And then we just went with the same, like, what is it called? Like, grass, moss, swampy vibe of just, like, the mud, the fake water, the grass. One thing I will say, grass, yeah, I think it looks okay. And yeah, I think it looks kind of okay. It's alright. Like I mentioned, we didn't really sort of focus on the base too much. It was just all this upwards we wanted to look at. Like I mentioned, the base wasn't the main focus. I just some stuff I threw together just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. But I'm just so happy. Like, 10 out of 10. And there we have it, a Black Templar Redemptor Dreadnought, our dream model finally painted. And God, I feel so many emotions. Like, Relief that it's done, because that was like the longest project ever. Like I spent about 2 weeks solid just on this like one thing. So yeah, it really was like, it was taxing, but again, it was so rewarding as well. Like I feel so accomplished and so like proud of myself for like setting this goal, getting there, achieving it, and getting a pretty decent result. Like I'm really, really happy with how it looks. This is definitely my favourite model I've ever done, and it's going to be so hard to top it because it's just so cool. Like I love it so much. Like to the point where I'm like, where do I even go from here? Like I don't know what to do. Like I feel like the whole year, all of the progress, all of the learning was building to this, and now we've done it. I'm like, where do I go from here, man? I feel like I've completed it. Like my goal, the hobby, the channel is done. I'm like, I just, yeah. So yeah, I just don't know where to go from here. But it has motivated me to do more, seeing how like, I did think it was a really tough and really hard thing that needed loads of build up, and then realising actually it didn't need as much build up and learning as I thought. Maybe I am not as bad as I thought. Maybe I can actually accomplish more things. So it's actually motivated me, if anything, to do more. So yeah, it's been the best. It's the 10 out of 10. I just love it. I've been staring at it for ages. I almost want to like, I've got my Black Templar just back here, like in this little box. I'm almost tempted to put them just this on my desk here, just so I can see it all the time. So whenever I'm editing, I just like, I'll be like editing a video and I just look down and I'm like, ah, yeah, there it is. But if somehow you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed painting this, which I hardly doubt because this was like one of the best things I've ever done. If you did, drop a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Bye.